Welcome to Vertical Cube, your guide to efficient warehousing.
Further to the workplace English lesson we recently uploaded. Today, we are going to talk about the distinction between an incident and an accident. We will discuss specifically each of the 5 topics below related to these two words. 1. What are the key similarities between incidents and accidents? 2. What are the differences between the two words? 3. What are the common causes? 4. How to prevent them from happening in the workplace? 5. What is the best definition of accident and incident? Let us start with number 1. What are the key similarities between incidents and accidents? An incident is a non-serious event that happens without intent or negligence. An accident is an event that happens by chance or fault, especially one that has serious consequences. The first similarity between incidents and accidents is their meaning. They both refer to something happening without intent or negligence. Another similarity between incidents and accidents is the fact that they often have serious consequences. This means they are both events. Events where something has gone wrong in a way that causes significant harm, injury, or death to people or property. Now, let's move on to number 2. What are the key differences between incidents and accidents? An incident is an event that takes place without being planned or expected. It may be intentional or unintentional. Accidents are often caused by human error, such as driving under the influence of alcohol or texting while driving. Now, the key difference between an incident and an accident is that an accident has a negative outcome which may lead to injury, death, or property damage, while an incident may lead to damage to property but not to injury nor death. Number 3. What are the common causes of incidents and accidents? Incidents and accidents share common causes but only differ in their severity and results. Some of the common causes are worker overconfidence, poor housekeeping, workplace distractions, ignoring safety procedures, starting jobs while lacking information, failing to prepare for a job. For retention purposes, I will further the discussion even more by showing you a series of images as I repeat the explanation about the difference between the words incident and accident. These words are commonly used and heard in training and workplace events. So, listen more attentively this time. An incident is an unplanned event that may result in damage to property and could have resulted in an accident, but fortunately, did not. While an accident is an unplanned event that may result in damage to property and results in harm to people, or both. Look at the illustration on the screen to better understand both terms. Please take note of the word may in the definition of the incident. An incident is an event that could have resulted in an accident but did not. Again, it did not harm people but possibly damage the property. Like what you see in the image. In addition, an incident with this definition is called a near miss. As with the word accident, it can result in damage to property and can actually harm people. Please take note carefully. Harm to people actually did happen, to say that there is an accident. We call it an occupational accident if the event happens in the workplace. Number 4. How do we prevent both incidents and accidents from happening in the workplace? Incidents and accidents are both events that can result in harm or damage, but as discussed, there is a key difference between the two. An incident is an event that could have resulted in harm or damage but fortunately did not. An accident, on the other hand, is an event that did result in harm or damage. So, how do we prevent incidents from happening? There is no one-size-fits-all answer to this question, as the best way to prevent an incident from occurring will vary depending on the specific situation and environment. However, there are some general tips that can help to reduce the likelihood of an incident occurring. Establish clear rules and procedures, and make sure that everyone is aware of them. Be vigilant and proactive in identifying potential hazards. Take prompt and appropriate action to address any identified hazards. Regularly review and update your procedures and policies in light of new information or changes in circumstances. Encourage employees to report any concerns they may have about safety or security. Invest in security measures such as CCTV, alarms, and access control systems. Make sure that your premises are well lit and free of obstacles that could create trip hazards. By taking these precautions, you can help to create a safer environment and reduce the risk of an incident occurring. This time, let's talk about how to prevent an accident. There is no definitive answer to this question. Depending on the situation, there are a variety of things that can be done to help prevent accidents from happening. Some general tips include being aware of your surroundings, being cautious when performing potentially dangerous activities, and following safety guidelines. Additionally, if you are aware of any potential hazards in your area, take steps to avoid them now, or mitigate the risk. Number 5. What's the best definition of accident and incident? Your department or organization should define accidents and incidents in the way that is most meaningful. The best usage will depend on its goals. Ultimately, for these words to be useful for promoting a safer operation, you would define an accident as any unintended event with an outcome you want to prevent completely, while an incident would then be anything short of that. The key is consistency. Pick a model and stick to it, get the definitions down in writing, and make sure that everyone understands your definitions so they use the words the same way. We may hear the words accident and incident to refer to events in the media. As you may have noticed, these words are easy to confuse, but they are not exactly the same. The incident is more general, and the accident is more specific. An incident, for example, is a bank robbery, a funny situation, or an argument between employees. All can be described as incidents. An accident, for example, is a car crash. If some equipment malfunctions in a warehouse and injures the workers, that is also an accident. Examples of very minor accidents are when you step on someone's foot or spill your coffee on someone else. You didn't want or plan to do it. But let me tell you that all accidents can also be described as incidents. But not all incidents are accidents. So ask yourself, is it an accident or an incident? In conclusion, whether you call it an incident or an accident, you still need to address it and learn from the lessons you discover. After all, some incidents are just preemptive warnings, and something that happened once with minor consequences can happen again with major consequences in less ideal circumstances. The distinction between an incident and an accident depends a little on who you ask, but an accident typically implies a much more serious outcome. Friends, this is the end of this lesson on the distinctions between an incident and an accident.
Hi friends, thanks for watching our videos. Please continue supporting us. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell button for more videos. Once again, thank you.